All right, I'm standing between two vehicles right now because it's really windy today. But this is our first field day for IEBA 2025. These are all our first year beekeepers here for the class. And we're just gonna do a little bit of video shooting and show off the newbies. All right, change of plans. The wind was so terrible that I decided to turn the volume down because you couldn't hear anything but wind, and nobody wants to listen to that on a video. So we'll kind of talk about a little bit what we went through today. We had about 50 or so students today, which was a pretty good turnout. These are all this year's new beekeepers, took the apprentice class in February. And so what we did today, initially the instructors demonstrated how to inspect a frame, and then we closed everything up and then let the students do it. So basically what we were looking for was smoke in the opening, placing the telescoping cover to the rear and the inner cover in the front of the hive. And then we're looking to make sure that the queen is not on the inner cover. And then we're removing frames and starting to go through our inspection frame by frame. And what we're looking for is eggs, larvae, cap brood, pollen, nectar, and then talk about brood pattern and what we're seeing, and check the worker bees and the queen's health. And then we move down and we're counting out how many frames are drawn, and we're teaching them how to keep good records. So we've got our hive inspection worksheet and we're taking notes. So we're counting frames that have drawn comb, and how many frames of eggs, larvae, and capped brood we've got, how many frames of pollen and capped honey, and showing the difference between the capped honey and capped brood. That can be tricky for the new beekeeper. Then we're talking about feeding the hive do's and don'ts, adjusting the feeding based on the use by the bees, and talking about what the dearth is. And we expect that we may have an early dearth this year since we had a really light winter and not a good snowpack. So things may dry out kind of quick this year. So we're hoping not, but we'll see what happens. And then kind of talking about what we need to look at coming into this upcoming week. We are in week 3 since packages have been installed, so we should start seeing the new bees emerging from the cells, and we want to make sure that we've got plenty of room in the boxes, or in the hives rather, for the bees by adding a second deep and getting that going so we can prevent swarms potentially. We've already seen swarms with other members in the club, so we want to kind of circumvent that. It was really a fantastic day. Had a really great time. Hope the students had a good time, and I know the instructors did. We always have a great time when we're out there and showing off the bees. So it was a great day. Thanks for everybody that was there. Thanks to all the instructors that made it. And we'll see you next week on our week 4 video.
Really calm and mellow. Even with this kind of weather and wind, they just don't like this kind of stuff, and yet these bees are still super mellow.